lot, you know?
Yeah, there is a lot.
When we record, there's a lot of like ins and outs. People don't understand the background of everything that happens, like the mic condoms that don't fit, and the
Yeah.
when we record and then it doesn't record,
Sometimes,
and
sometimes, yeah, we forget to hit the record button. Hit the damn record button. Trying to record something.
I think I'll do the jogging thing this time.
Uh, okay. I'll just do this.
Hit the damn record and see
Hit
if we
the
can
damn
do.
record. See we record something.
Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
Welcome to the Unlikely Friends podcast.
Where two friends living abroad talk about race relations,
How we feel about it, what it means to us,
and everything in between.
gossip,
Yes.
and
So,
politics.
and politics. To all of
Right.
our friends listening to us on Spotify, following us on Facebook, and watching us on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you know when we post a new video. So ding, ding, baby, ding, ding.
Ding, ding. And we welcome your lovely comments. Make them lovely. How are
Hmm.
you? How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I had a small rut yesterday. I was a bit because of the weather. It's been so cold and rainy, and
Yeah, it's been awful.
I don't know about you, but when it's cold and rainy, God, I can't stand going outside. I
Mm-hmm.
hate going
Mm-hmm.
outside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was self-induced hermit for like the past couple of days,
Yeah.
and it was very funny because because you told me last week that it was going to snow,
Yeah. Well, we
and
all thought it was going to. Well, maybe a little bit anyway.
well, it did like a
Yeah.
wisp of a
It was like a
snow. Yeah.
dusting.
Yeah, it's like a couple of flakes fell down, and people like, "Oh my God, it's snowing!" Anyway, because
Mm-hmm.
we don't get much, as people might not know, in here in Istanbul, we don't get much snow.
Or
It
we
gets cold.
haven't
Yeah, we
recently.
haven't been recently. I mean, sometimes, I mean, under normal circumstances, it doesn't get a lot of snow in comparison to like other places here in Turkey. In Istanbul, we don't
Oh,
get a whole
sure.
lot of snow.
Not
We
in
don't.
comparison, but
Yeah.
we certainly have had like snowy winters, but we
I
haven't
will.
had anything like that in a long time. I remember that snow. I think it was like 2016 or 2017. I was with
Hmm, hmm.
two friends of mine, and we were at my house. I don't know, we were drinking, having a good time, whatever, and it started to like really, really pour down. It was bad, like heavy, heavy snow. And we went out and we played in it, and it was so much fun. And then we just continued
You
inside, and we had,
played in the snow. Desma, how
yeah,
old are you?
it doesn't matter. You can play in the snow anytime you want to. Then, then we came back in, and we were still having a good time. And I looked out and I was like, guys, there is no way that you can go home right now. Like, there's just no
Yeah.
way. It was so, so deep. And yeah, it'd be dangerous for them to go.
You
And
had a
so I said,
slumber
we
party.
had a slumber party, and so I got out my jammies and I got all kinds of stuff. I was like, okay, I changed sheets on my bed and everything. I had two rooms at the time, and I was like, I'm just gonna have a little slumber party with my friends, and we did. We had a slumber party. It was really fun, but
Oh, how cute.
it was really, really heavy that time. But we haven't seen anything like that since those
Since.
years.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I would love to see something like that here, because it is so nice when
Uh,
it snows in a big city.
uh,
It's like it goes quiet. It's so
uh.
nice. You don't like
Yeah, that's the one thing that I do like about it is that it does go quiet. It just
it's
goes
just there's
really,
something
really
about
quiet.
the stillness of it that
Yeah.
makes me so happy. Like,
Can I say something about stillness?
please.
And this is going to be a little bit controversial, but
Mm.
during the COVID crisis, I had the best time of my life.
That's not controversial.
I had the best time of my life because it was silent.
Yeah, it was really, really
Nobody was
quiet.
on the street. No traffic, because at that time, my old apartment was right on that busy street. There was no
Mm,
traffic. I could leave
yeah,
the windows open, the doors open, and it was just heaven. I
eerie.
was completely comfortable. A lot of people were freaked out about it.
Yeah,
A
well,
lot of
I mean,
people
we
were
didn't
freaked
know
out
what was
about
going to
it.
happen in the world. And you know what was crazy? One time I went outside during that time and I heard a woodpecker, which I would have never, ever, ever heard in a big city. And I went out and I
Really?
was like, what is that sound? Like, I couldn't, like, it didn't
Yeah.
register. And then I was like, oh my God, I think that's a woodpecker. Like,
Woodpecker.
I couldn't believe that there was a woodpecker in my
Oh.
neighborhood that I'd never heard before because there was just too much noise everywhere. I had like tortoises crossing my road. One time I saved a tortoise in the middle of the road with
Oh.
my dog Soph. She was like, "What is that
Oh.
thing?" But I picked him up and
Oh,
put him.
how
Yeah, there
nice.
was all kinds of like
You know what
nature.
I
I
saw
got
for the first
excited,
time
you
in the
know.
city? Yeah.
Hmm.
But you want to know what I saw for the first time in the city?
Hmm.
At night? Stars.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, right.
Stars.
Because
That was the
the
first time that I saw the stars.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was the
yeah, 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 yeah,
first
yeah.
time because
Yeah.
there's no smog, there's no dust, there's no
Mhm.
pollution. It was the first time. And I was like, oh man, look at that. I
Yeah.
was able to see so far.
It's really crazy.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean,
so
that's
crazy.
I don't think that's controversial. I think I also appreciated it in a lot of different ways. I didn't. I was scared, but there are a lot of things that I really liked about it and the idea of slowing down. You know,
Yeah.
everybody just needed to slow down. Now, was it
Yeah.
extremely lonely and scary as a single person? Yes.
You want to start or you want me to start?
Okay. Well, this is a really I don't know. I go through periods of my life where I dream really intensely and I dream in long story like dreams where when I wake up in the morning I feel like I have done so much crap in my head the night before that I'm fully exhausted. And this didn't happen until much later in my life. Like I've not always had these long story dreams. It only has happened in the last I'll say 10 years. And so last night I had a really intense story dream and it was really, really nice. And I didn't want to wake up from it because this is going to sound crazy. I was cast in Wicked. I mean, you can tell like like what I've been watching, right? I was cast in Wicked singing with Cynthia, who was an unknown, and I got so lucky that I could sing with her. And the the show itself was wild. Like they had some sort of robotic thing that I hooked onto my back and I had a remote control and I could fly across the audience, which was wild. And I thought that was very, very cool.
Oh.
And um yeah, it was very like audience participation as well. Like I was in the audience as like a classmate, like because the show is all about, there's a whole class that they have and everything in the school. And we were in the audience as the class, like the cast members and the class members. And yeah, so I was in the show. And who was my understudy? None other than Miss Grande herself.
Girl,
I can't even believe this kind of dream happened in my head. I woke up and
Miss
I was
Grande
like,
was your
my
understudy.
understudy. Oh my gosh. I woke up and I was like, that was incredible. I mean, I loved the whole show, but one thing that did happen at the very end, I forgot to get dressed when I was supposed to get dressed. And the timing was off, and everybody was like, "What are we going to do? She's not ready." And then Miss Grande had to come in and save my butt.
She had to save you a bucket.
I mean, isn't like what in the world was going on in my head? I don't know, but it was a
I
very long, detailed dream.
Let me tell you something. I support that dream, okay? I'm here for it. I
I am
support it.
I do not support it, but I enjoyed being in it.
I support it. I speak, I manifest this, okay? I manifest this. Let the words of my mouth have truth, okay? I will
Listen,
speak this to fruition.
run as fast as you can. You can't catch me.
So the water is boiled, and
The water is boiling.
the water is boiled, and I just put my pussy down, so she won't be running around.
I feel like
What?
that. I feel like that should be a battle cry somewhere. I just put my water finished boiling. And I put my pussy down.
Put my pussy down. Put that pussy down.
Put that pussy down. Put that pussy down.
You are not the person I expected to sing a song like that. Put that pussy down. Put that pussy down. You better put that pussy down. Put that pussy down. You better put that pussy down. Put that pussy down. Put it down. Put the pussy down. Put that pussy down. Put it down. Put the pussy down. Put that pussy down. That's funny.
I'll sing back up with you any day.
Oh,
Any day.
God.
Any day.
All right. So, as you know, it is Black History Month. So, I just saw a really, really, really interesting Instagram clip or
Mm,
short or whatever you want to call
please.
them. And it was a guy, he was saying, it's really, really important that Black children learn about Black history all the time and not only during the month. He says, because
Yeah.
when they hear about their ancestors who have achieved things, they are better students.
Yeah, of course.
And I thought that was so powerful because I never thought of it that way. I
Yeah.
never thought of it that way. Well, you would because you're an educator for children.
Well, but I've not thought about it in those terms specifically,
Hmm.
but it makes perfect
It
sense
makes
because
sense, doesn't it?
why first of all, it's important for us to talk about this history all of the time,
All
not
the
just
time,
this
yeah.
month. But I mean, in the books and everything that we teach children, or at least that I was taught when I was little, it was a lot about the white man that did everything.
White man did this, white man did that, white man did
And
this, white man did that.
yeah, it's everything. And we just kind of brush over, like, inventors and people that are in science and people that
Yeah.
have made huge differences in communities. And we don't talk about it.
Contributions, huge contributions,
I mean, we
actually.
talk about Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you. Great job. But
Yeah.
he's not the only person that made a huge difference.
Yes.
So, yes,
Yes.
I agree. That is
Yes.
so important.
And I don't want to say all of the people who have made a difference because I do want to talk about them this month. So now to get to my topic. Oh,
Please.
now this is going to shock you a little bit because
Okay.
it sure as hell shocked me because
Okay.
I didn't know.
There's a lot of
Now,
things I don't know.
well, yeah, there's a lot of things I don't know either, right? Now, you know Barry Gordy, yes?
That name sounds familiar.
Barry Gordy is the owner or was the owner of Motown.
Ah, yes. Okay, okay, okay,
So I should say Barry Gordy the third.
okay.
Barry Gordy and the recently deceased President Jimmy Carter were cousins.
How?
Hmm?
The
They
peanut
were,
farmer
yes,
and the founder of Motown.
yes, they were cousins.
How?
All right.
That's crazy.
Now,
I
James,
love it so much, but that is wild.
yes, James, President James Carter, great great grandfather,
Mhm.
was James T. Gordy.
Okay.
Excuse me. He was married to a white woman. I didn't get her name, but he was married to a woman.
Okay.
But he also had a
Mm-mm.
slave woman.
Stop
Her
it.
name was Ms. Esther Johnston.
Oh
Johnson, not Johnston,
my
sorry, Johnson.
goodness.
So,
Of
not only
course.
did he have children with his wife, he also had children with his slave girl or slave woman. She gave birth to a son,
Mhm.
and James Thomas Gordy was good enough to give him his last name. His name was Berry Gordy Sr.
Okay.
Berry Gordy Sr. had a son and
Mhm.
named him Berry Gordy Jr. Berry Gordy Jr. had a son and named him Berry Gordy III Motown. James T. Gordy,
Mhm.
his son, James Jackson Gordy, his daughter was Lillian Gordy. Lillian
Okay.
Gordy married James Earl Carter, who
Mhm.
are Jimmy Carter's mother and father.
That's wild.
So James
Wait, did they
Carter,
know that they were related?
just a moment.
Oh my gosh.
Jimmy Carter's brother found all of this information out. His name was Jeff Carter. He found all
Okay.
of this out.
While he was
And
living, I hope.
yeah, while he was living, he was shocked.
Okay.
He didn't know that this was happening. And he asked Jimmy
Oh
Carter, he
my
says, "Did
gosh.
you know that we were related
Yeah.
to the Gordys?" And he says, "Yeah, everybody knew that. How come you don't know that?" So they knew.
They knew
They
and
knew.
oh my.
Now, I don't know if they publicly acknowledged each other as cousins. I have no idea, but they
Yeah.
knew.
That's
Isn't
wild.
that wild?
That's crazy. I mean, of course it would happen. Like, because, you know,
Yeah.
people people do things together
Well,
and babies happen. So,
the only thing that I have to say about that is like it probably wasn't consensual. I
well,
don't know. I
we
wasn't
don't
there.
know, but
I like I said,
it's
I don't know. I wasn't there. I
right.
wasn't there. So yeah.
So, I need to tell you that not only is this month Black History Month,
Hmm.
it's also Heart Health Awareness Month.
It's also what?
Heart Health Awareness Month. Like
Heart Health
heart
Awareness Month.
heart
Oh,
awareness.
I didn't know that. Well, you would
Yeah.
know that because you have an issue with your, or had an issue with
Yeah, I
your heart. Yeah,
had.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I was just kind of curious. I was thumbing through some news. I don't know, I like to look up research on it randomly because it is important. And I think that I wouldn't be here if it weren't for science. And
Yeah.
well, the likelihood of me being here is not, I mean, I would not have a great life if it weren't for science. And I found this article that has some really awesome research about what they're doing with blood cells. But before I say that, I should also say that heart disease is the number one killer of Americans. Number one.
Yeah, look at their diet though.
Number one. And the highest percentage is the African American population, Black population. So this is important. It's important to get your heart checked. There are like heart health seminars that come around and big, big, big conventions that come around that you can do like free heart health checks. Go and do that, please. If your insurance covers it, do it that way. But if it does not, you can always get a free check through, there's a number 1-844-286-4200. 4382, and that will tell you where you can get your closest heart check, your heart screening. It's really,
Yeah.
really important. We have to.
Yeah.
Um, and especially in the African American
African
community,
American community.
black
Yeah.
community, they, high percentage. So anyway, this article that I read, and it blew my mind because it was so amazing. They take blood cells from your normal blood, and they reprogram the cells and create muscle cells that help heart failure patients. So they can take your blood, reprogram it, which is crazy, act it like a stem cell,
Hmm.
and they so how it happens is they take your blood cells, okay, and then they encourage them to act like stem cells. After that, they combine them with collagen in this kind of like fancy mold, and then they can insert them into your heart wherever you have a problem. Wild.
Is this in its trial stages or is this an actual
No,
treatment?
this is happening now, and it's it
Oh,
the inventor of all of this is in Germany, and it's yeah, it can happen, and they did it to a 46-year-old woman, and she's doing great, and so it's really really exciting to have this kind of like medical research. On the other hand, I have some sad news because
healthcare
um,
doesn't cover it.
no, I mean, close. Trump is cutting $4 billion from the National Institute of Health. So, and this helps research, and this helps
Oh,
all kinds of colleges and universities to learn and
$4
grow.
billion
Yeah. So,
dollars.
just, heart health awareness, everybody. Let's keep ourselves healthy and happy and get those screenings and everything, but also call your representatives
Yeah, call your representatives. And there's
because this is a
something
big deal. That's a lot of money from research
that's a
and stuff like
whole
this
lot of
that can help a
clams.
ton of people to
That's a
recover from
whole lot of
from heart
clams.
health issues, from heart
Yeah,
disease, which is a number one killer. So, like,
absolutely.
I don't know. I thought it's a kind of heavy thing, but it's also great too because research is amazing and it does great things.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Really.
Oh, you got to take care of your heart.
Got to take care of your heart. Yeah,
Heart's a big deal.
it is.
He does a big
Absolutely.
job every
It does
day.
a huge job, right? Okay, sweetness.
Thank you so much for listening today. We
Yes,
appreciate you guys so
it was
much.
nice seeing you again, friend.
No, so much.
Yes, and I would like to remind all of our friends who are listening to us on Spotify, following us on Facebook, and watching us on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so that you know when we post a new video. So ding, ding, baby, ding, ding.
Where is the ding? And that I think the ding is over there, right? Like
It's
on
somewhere at the
YouTube.
bottom, yeah.
It's over there somewhere. You can
Somewhere at the
find it.
bottom.
It's over there
Yes.
somewhere. Nice to see you, friend.
Nice to see you too, sweetie.
Take
See you
care of your
next
heart,
week.
everybody.
Yes, take care of your heart. Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.